G'day geeks, Chris here, and something different today. Bit of a shorter video, potentially. I just thought I'd flick through the latest JB Hi Fi Catalogue. I was inspired by Treasures for Trigger. He's a New Zealand guy, he lives in Japan, and he recently did a flick through video of the Japanese Toys R Us catalogue, which was pretty interesting. So just in time for Christmas, so I've picked up a couple of JB Hi Fi Christmas catalogues and thought I'd do the same. I notice in my analytics I have a lot of viewers from America, which is awesome, and they wouldn't know what we sell here necessarily. So JB Hi Fi, they opened in 1974. There's about 300 or over 300 stores throughout Australia and New Zealand. Primarily they started selling and still do sell electronics, as we'll see in this main catalogue. So they sell a lot of electronics and CDs, DVDs, vinyl, Blu-ray, and then they started getting into like washing machines and mobile phones and all that kind of stuff, you know, hair care products and a lot of like YouTube-y kind of things. So they're definitely the biggest and the cheapest place to get electronics. And the last few years they have been selling more and more geeky things like Funko Pops and video games, board games, D&D stuff, action figures, all that kind of stuff. So it's been pretty awesome to see. So this is their larger, more electronics focused Christmas catalogue, which we'll very briefly flick through. So you do find JB Hi Fi in most of the bigger shopping centres here in Australia and New Zealand. And Chrissy gift ideas. Chrissy is what we call Christmas because we do like to give everything a bit of a shorter name here in Australia, even though Chrissy isn't really much shorter than Christmas, is it? Anyway, so that's a bit of a look at their electronics catalogue. But here is all the fun stuff. Let's look at all the toys. So in my area, in Perth, capital city of Western Australia, well, it's currently very hot at the moment as we get closer to Christmas. There used to actually be 3 JB Hi Fis located near me, all within walking distance of each other. One would focus on electronics, one was more board games and games, video games primarily, and one was like music. Now there's just one which encompasses all of those 3, but they're selling a whole bunch of stuff. I always check in there for McFarlane Toys figures and D&D books and stuff, because there's so many JB Hi Fis, as I said, and you can usually get a pretty good deal. I was in there recently, I saw a whole bunch of Funko Pops. Not a huge pop collector, but every time I go to a JB Hi Fi, as I said, there's many all over the place. They seem to have pops that I haven't seen anywhere else. So as this catalogue says, gifts galore. That is certainly true. But just looking at the top here, we can see pop vinyls of Liam and Noel Gallagher. So if you really like Oasis, a couple from my D&D group just saw their reunion tour in Melbourne actually. So you can certainly get a Funko Pop of, looks like they got the eyebrows just right. And then they've got lights of crypto. They've got cool Christmas ornaments. So I did actually buy the Ralph Wiggum one. And they've got cricket games. Cricket is a very confusing game to me, but nonetheless. And here we have a lot of their board games as well. So we've got an awesome Stranger Things, Cluedo and a quiz, Harry Potter obviously, Hello Kitty, and we've got all manner of things. So I actually pick up for my nieces and nephews a lot of like cheaper board games that they can do as a family. So we're seeing some familiar favourites there. Catan, which I've never actually played, surprisingly. I know that's one of the world's most popular board games, and there's so many different variants and variations and editions of it, but I should play it one day. Azul I have played, Lord of the Rings I haven't played that, Pandemic I think I have played, and Finspan. I know there's like Wingspan, I think there's a Wormspan, a dragon one as well. But board games have just had a huge resurgence over the last few years, and here we have more fantasy kind of games as well, the ever classic Monopoly and its many variations. And they do sell quite a few Transformers, which I'm very happy to see. Sea Spray and Brawn were actually 2 of the earliest figures I got, the original figures back in the 80s as a kid, so I might pick them up perhaps if I see them on discount or stuff. But as you can see, while stocks last, and stock does indeed vary by store, I can certainly attest to that. So not every store sells the same things. So yes, if you like the more articulated and movie based Transformers. They certainly have those as well. They always have a bunch of t-shirts, which I never really look at, and they've been starting selling a lot more like props and that kind of stuff, like movie props, which look pretty good on display, like their helmets and all that kind of stuff, but they take up a lot of space. I'm tempted by these Magic the Gathering, Marvel Legends kind of crossovers that come with exclusive cards. I don't play Magic the Gathering, but the Battle Damage Spider-Man looks pretty good. But yeah, $65. I think I might wait till that comes on discount. As I said, they always sell a lot of Funkos, and the current big things at the moment, particularly in time for Christmas, is Wicked and Stranger Things. And if you or your loved ones like, or Secret Santa, like Wicked or Stranger Things, there's just a whole bunch of merchandise there for that for sure. And then they've got more Funkos and all these funny lights and stuff, which also would look good in the toy room, actually, particularly the Spider-Man head or the Star Wars one. That Millennium Falcon light looks pretty awesome. I know there's a Batmobile one as well. And then we're getting into the more kiddie kind of stuff with whatever these Tony things are. I know they're quite popular at the moment, and you put them in and they play sounds, and there's a speaker. I don't know, but there's some more stuff, and Hello Kitty, Lion King, and Christmas ornaments, which are pretty awesome, and just cheap stocking stuffers. As I said, they primarily started in the 1974 selling mainly Hi Fi equipment. That's where the name comes from, but they've also been going into DVDs and Blu-ray. One of the last JB Hi-Fi's a few days ago was selling this awesome Never-Ending Story DVD set with a whole bunch of extras. It was like $240. So again, as much as it looks cool, it's a bit pricey. They have every TV show you can imagine, and some more TV shows there. Coming to the end now, and just some more 4K and all that kind of stuff, and calendars, diaries, keyrings, certainly at that time of year to get a new calendar. And obviously JB Hi-Fi knows what is popular at the moment, and that includes K-pop Demon Hunters, which I never have seen actually. But there you go, just a quick short video for now. So just for those if you're curious what kind of gifts we can get here in Australia, JB Hi-Fi. So I guess this is a bit of a plug for JB, but I am very happy with the amount of action figures they have been selling lately. And yes, always duck my head in if I know I'm going to be in a shopping centre and there's a JB Hi-Fi, just out of curiosity to see what they have available. So I thought this video might be interesting for my international viewers. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you at the next one. Goodbye, geeks.